Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and I have decided that we should come back straight away without even looking at Neuve Revergrad, even though it is still a wonderful city over there. Over here. No, that's Bricksville. Yeah, it is over there. All you can see is a bunch of triangles. What a mess. Boy, I guess Antonio's right when he complains about all the triangles. Why do we have so many no electricity? Oh, because I just loaded up the game. I did come in and do a few things while it was paused. The no electricity symbols seem to be there every time you start the game up, if it's on pause. So, and it's like the trains and whatnot, just so you guys know. I tried to connect a road, and I took all these roads. Any road that goes to one of our, like, call it main buildings. So, like, this is just a conveyor. So I tried to put it, I actually managed to get a dirt road in here. I covered a little more of our tracks, which is less than ideal, but it works fine, even if it's not completely realistic looking. And I couldn't attach down here because it's too close to this railroad track, and then this goes under here. So I managed to get a road that comes off this way and then down and into here. And I was sort of looking at what would be a good place for a firehouse. And if we can get this connected up here. Now this down here we haven't quite finished designing, and I would say it looks like that's not where these are going to go. So let's go in here. Let's just dive right back in. If you haven't picked up, this, at least the beginning of this episode, is going to be much like the last. Now, I think I'll just get rid of sort of all of this. We'll just redo whatever we're going to do. Oops, what happened there? Okay. All right, we'll just get rid of it all back up to about here. Oh, come on. There we go. Because we definitely need to get the road through here. What is that little... Just make it look sort of like one road project. We got a lot of little road projects. The sides are too steep. Yeah, let's see. Can we get that? Pretty important that we get this road in here. And then I could do things like this later on, where we just come in and make this a little bit easier for them. So I have other ones like this right here. But I'm thinking about putting the firehouse right here. The problem with the firehouse is we either have to get people by bus or train. And one of the reasons I'm thinking about the firehouse here is because we have this train station right there. So let's see. Now I know that the coverage area will be good enough. Hopefully, you know, if they have to come back out here and around and all the way up to that coal mine, that'll be a little bit long, but this should be a pretty good spot, right, for them. It's a shame we can't, you know, maybe I could get a road that goes up off of this one, but see, I don't think we're going to make it up this cliff. All right, so anyway, let's just get the firehouse in, and hopefully that'll be enough, right? So if we put a firehouse right here, and then I would want to take my roads and go back to here, and I think this is a... No, that's not a walking road. This one should be, right? Yeah, see how it's turning me red? No. What are you doing? There we go. Right, so we'll get a nice walking path road into the firehouse. And then I did earlier when I was looking at this, see, we're only 166 away if I hover right over here. And then, why did that just build so short? No, that's a whole... Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of little projects that I may or may not come in here and break up, but there we go. So we have our road, and we probably want to get a, you know, we need to get a road down into here. So let's just continue with this. We'll make it one project if we can. Plus, I like to leave it white for you guys. Now, I really have like no intentions of having much actual traffic here, and I have no idea if that's the right place, but that will be the aggregate unloading. So when they come back, they're going to head out, they're going to go drop off the coal, and then they're going to come back into here, right-hand drive, right? And then they'll have to have some kind of a loop. Well, no, yeah, they'll have to loop back in here and pick up our coal that's been processed. So the coal that's been processed, 4 of the plants are going to come into here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this one is going to be the ore that's coming into here. And I was looking at this, and I think one of the things I want to do just for the moment, and I was sort of eyeing this up, so don't think I'm that good at the game, though I'm not bad, right? I am the ultimate premier of my own fantasy. Anyway, all right, thank you, GameSafe. So, but what I was trying to do is just eye this up a little bit. Here, let me come here. It's a little easier. And I think if you watched the end of the last episode, you know I was sitting there going, well, maybe we could come here. But it's really going to be kind of tough to get out of this and not have to redo this. And then I was looking here, and I realized that there's a couple things that we can do. One is, the ore coming in just has to come in this way. So I can kind of, and I think we'd want to get the possibility of a road. So I think I'd be better off maybe making this a little bit closer to here, right? And I'll probably need to bring it over this way a bit just to make sure we don't have interference, right? So this one could be on its own just because, it's okay. And then this other output would feed into these three. Now, we need to get, this is the input, right? So we need to get the output across here. So what I was noticing is, I think if we put one of these, I probably could even go into the second one. I haven't worked out all the details of this, right? 1, 2, 3. And as long as these aren't too short, right? And then we would have to have one coming out of here. Now, will that work? Yes. All right, so let's just see how this works out. It may not, we may have to, like I said, I didn't work out all the details, but I got the concept. Now, this one needs to go lower, but look, we're lower over here. So I'm hoping that we can do something along these lines. Now, this one, we may need to do two. Let's do another one. Is there any reason I can't do, right? Because I don't want this to go up in the air too much. I wonder if I could just shoot it right out of that. I might be able to just shoot it right out of that station. Yeah, let's see if we can't demolish this guy. All right, will you just come like right out of here? Building in the way. But I wonder, I could probably maybe come back a little bit further. All right, as long as we're not too close, it should shoot under that other one. Now, I kind of put that on maybe a bad, yeah, there we go. Now will you shoot? Yeah, so let's, is there any reason that's, no, let's, right, like if we, well, could we just put it right here? And I'm having another thought, like I can push it in a little bit. Yeah, let's just flatten this out a little bit so I might be able to get a road into this. I'm not too worried about roads into these things. Overlaps with existing construction. It looks like it should make it. All right, if we come further this way. Now the other thing, the other thing that we're doing here is maybe just trying to save on a, all right, what am I doing? Okay, delete this. Yeah, I think maybe I'm trying to save a little bit too hard on one of these. All right. So let's keep, well, I really need to get these out from underneath there. All right, let's see if the rest of them connect. Let's see if the theory is good anyway. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, and I just need to get that one a little more, I think, straight through here. So if we were to put one, let's push. This is kind of, I overdid my leveling earlier, I think. Just want to make sure there's enough room, like I said, to possibly get a road out. So let's, maybe a bit of a waste, but we'll have, yeah, let's turn this one a little bit. Can we get through here? That's the criticalist. Overlaps with existing construction. Let me see. Yeah, let's just try to lower. Oops, a little smaller, lower. All right, see if, make sure that's not part of the problem. You know, then the other thing would be, let me do it this way. Sometimes, yeah, so that'll work. Yeah, you know, go game, go. Yeah, and then that's going to be a little bit too tight. But then now that we did that, I'm wondering, let's go back to what we were trying to do before. All right, now that we've, maybe we'll leave this one here. Now can we, all right, can we do this again? Right. Okay, so it's now it's trying to go too far that way. But then if we came like right over here again. Too much fiddling. All right. There we go. Saved ourselves a mechanical conveyor. Looks a little bit cleaner maybe, I guess. Now we could also move, we could probably move this back in this way depending on what we do next. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then this one, you know, we probably want to, we could delete this. Right, that's the outgoing of the last one. And then, so this is the outgoing, oh, wait a second. Yeah, this is coming out of this one. So we have this ore storage that needs to get picked up by train. We have this one, and then we have these 4. So the large ore storage, we don't really have a combining conveyor, do we? Aggregate storage could take in 4 of them. So what I'm thinking of is that we get, right, if we were to get to the point where we could put this one in here, let's just see, and then we'll do the other ones. Then we have to get across this road, which probably would work out something like that. Yeah, and then this should be able to shoot hill. Okay, we can lower that. All right, and then that probably looks like it's enough. All right, so we have this ore storage, not ore, coal storage, I should say, because don't get yourself confused too badly. And then this one could probably be turned, at least as far as coming out of these mines goes, I would turn this one this way. Yeah, let's center it up on, yeah, like this, say, a little bit further out. Now, will you shoot straight into there? No, building in the way. You'll be no problem. Do we need, you know what we could do? Let's get rid of this one. And then I could even pull that building out a little bit further, but I don't think this will be hurt if it's a little bit closer. Let's level out this way so the road can come out, maybe. All right, let's make sure this reattaches. Let's, here, you know what, we could, oop. Let's try one more time, like, yeah, because I definitely want to get this over that way as much as I can. Yeah, so let's do this number. just see if this works again. Yep, it did. Something that doesn't like. See that? There's an eyeball for having played the game. All right, and then the next thing we're going to need to do is get out of here. So we're almost certainly going to need one. Like, say, probably keep it. Yeah, if we kept it further up this way, I think that might be good. Right, if we can get to the point, but I don't want to get too far off of. Just level it out. Hoping to be able to do this with two. Right, like that one I'll attach there, and then if I get this one to go like this, we should be in pretty good shape. Swing it out a little long, maybe we can get a road through someplace. You know what, my best chance to get a road through, I think it's going to be like right here. So maybe I'll fiddle with that if I cut the video. Like, I don't know how much of this fiddling do you guys want to see. Right? Right, so if this, you know what, that road's going to come out this way. It may not even like. Right, that gave me a little shot of getting a road through there. See what I mean? All right, so there we go, though. That's regardless of whether we get a road to that, we've got roads to all these other buildings, and now we do need to get some sort of a road to these. Then again, I'm okay with the fact that. Let's just see how this is. Ooh, you know what? Can we? Let's come off of this one a tiny bit. Yeah. Let's lower. If you get it started, sometimes you can at least get the road to where it's yellow. No. And then the other problem you have is if you are attached on the end, that doesn't. Yeah, I kind of lowered in the wrong spot, didn't I? Too steep. Yeah, I think we would be a little further over this way. Yeah, that is pretty steep. This shouldn't be this hard in the sense of, there we go, look. Yeah, there you go. Right, and then we can do like dirt roads into all of these things is what I was doing earlier. Too close? Yeah, I guess it's just a bit too close. It's not even that it's too close, it's that it... Yeah, see, that's not going to work. Can we level? Level a little bit. We should be able to get one in here. You know what? I'm going to fiddle with that when I take a little break here in a few minutes and recollect my thoughts about how to do these trains. But we've got our roads coming down in here. Yeah, let me spend a minute just getting these little roads out from wherever we can down here, and I'll rethink about where the train goes. All right, see you guys in a second. Okay, well, we've managed to get all, believe it or not, all of these conveyors connected. We put back on the wireframe. I thought maybe you could see it without the wireframes. A little bit clearer as to where the roads go, maybe. I don't know. But look at some of these are quite drastic, but we managed to, like, piece by piece, I managed to get them all in there. So that's cool. So then I was thinking about and looking at this, which is the train aggregate loading that would take our coal over to our power plants, and thought about how we want to do this. We have 3 of these, and so what I'm thinking of doing is having 2 stations, so that way we know we can always have plenty of trains. I mean, even if we just had 2 trains, that's fine, right? 1 to each station. Or we could have 4 trains all loading at once. And we could have maybe a bit of a staging area here to get trains in and out. So let's see how this works out. So I guess the first thing we need to do is get down into here. And let's just do some road leveling from maybe like here. Right. Turn a color for me. Yeah, so if we can come right through here, that would be good, which means it's going to be a little tough with that track the way or the road the way it is, but we'll see. We can always delete one thing in favor of the other. Now, where am I at? A little further down. Let's stay a little further away this way. And then I can get right on across. Angle too sharp, not right there. And then let's just have this return track parallel it. And then can we come straight on down here? Yeah, how about... Alright, so at some point... probably... let's just do this for a second. And then this one would need to come around the back of this building and into here or here. Yeah, I guess here. And then we could have this come out a little bit and then dive into this one. Now, we'll put these in here temporarily. And then this would need to come. Yeah, let's get rid of a little more of that. Right, at least we have enough for signaling. Speaking of which, you know what? I wouldn't be able to put a signal right here, I don't think. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I can't place a signal there. So if I come here, then that would be... Oh, look, it just got rid of it. Good. So now I should be able to come back and do like that. See how that got rid of that extra node? So that would be the trains coming back out of here, right? Going on the right-hand side. And then this would need to come over this way. And this is where I'd like to have a bit of staging. Right? So let's see if we can't get these... Like, in other words, at least so that we could get 8 trains in here, I think would be nice. Let's do this one first, since it'll be the tighter turn. All right, so if that guy turned right out, and so we'd have to tie into this one. And I think I'd run... Yeah, let's just run this long so you don't attach. All right, and then... And what I want to do is, so this is 1, 2, 3.5-ish, maybe 4. All right, and then delete these 2 little bits back. So that gives a nice, oh no, you know what? I didn't, no, let's do that a little different. Let's make it even longer track. So like, I want to do something like this. All right, now how do you look? Are you too sharp? Pretty nice. All right, now we delete this bit off. All right, so that'll give us kind of like the maximum, this will give us the maximum number of trains. Now this one, yeah, let's bring, yeah, this might be kind of interesting. Doesn't really have to be that square, does it? But let's go to about here. Too sharp. Not by much. Still, one more. All right, and then will you... All right, and then we'll start bringing each one of these in. Bring this a little far so we can get an extra signal in. You know what? Yeah, bring this a little extra far so we can get a signal in. Look at that. Yeah, then we couldn't, we'll do the same deleting thing. Let's see, will you get rid of that? No. I just want to get rid of that node. I don't know how much the nodes really impact us, but... Right, so now when it comes to signaling, I can get a signal here and here. You know, see what I mean? If I didn't make those a little bit longer, then I couldn't get signals in, so we could really, truly, properly signal that. And we'll just have to see how many trains we can get in this. Good. So that's, I think, reasonable. Now, the only thing I have to do is get these, well, not the only thing. So this is the coal going back out, which is sort of jamming up our, see, when they come back in here, they really need to have dropped off their coal to go to the outside world first. So that wasn't, well, let's see what happens. We can, in other words, they've dropped their coal off. Now they're coming back. They actually need to go into here first. So this piece of track may be not good. But let's see. Let's get the conveyors done. We'll jump subjects slightly and just see. Yeah, see, I was afraid of this. Like we might need to get rid of that. But let's just see what happens if I... Let's try to get this guy where he'll kind of go in this way, right? Infrastructure, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Now, will you go over here? Yeah, so you'll go in there if we can get the rest of it worked out. Yeah, that road is right in the way of that one. And then this, let's see if we can get like that to work out over this road. No, but we can move that road easy enough if we can get... Yep, there we go. Good. And then this one's not a problem other than that road. So let's get rid of a bit of road here. Can always take it slightly different. Right, and then we want a pumping station for two reasons. It'll lift it up, change the angle. But more than anything, it'll pump it out like positive pumpage, if that makes sense. And this is going to be kind of tight right there, isn't it? The way I just did that. Let's see, can we get... Will you make it? Yes. Now the problem is, will we get a road under there? All right, so that's those two feeding into this one. We need to get rid of that road. This one needs to feed into both, right? And then this one will just feed into the one. But let's see about a little bit more road here. And I think we're going to... No. Okay, that works. But then there's no way we're going to get a road under that. And I wonder if we could build a bridge over it. But no, we're not going to. We got enough room in the front there. I think we can possibly dip down under this thing, right? Try to get an idea. These things are about 3 wide, so like right here might be good. Let's see if we can't get rid of a bit more of that and then do, let's do it this way so we can see. So we're coming from like right here. All right, we just don't want to make it too steep on either side. But so far, I've been pretty lucky with this. All right, okay, let's just see what that does. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, see, now can we get... Go with the dirt road to start. Yeah, we can get a dirt road under there. Now the big question is, now look at that, tied straight up. Too sharp a turn, but that we can deal with. And then this should be a gravel road just because it's the reason I made a lot of these gravel roads like in here so that the fire trucks are just a little bit faster. I mean, I'd hate to have to pave them all just for the fire trucks, but now I think I'll do like I did before as far as, oh yeah, you know what, we need to get, this all sounds good on paper, but we do need to get roads into here, right? Well, now, will you go under this? No. Ah, you know what? We'll be able to go here. Yeah. Oh, look, that attached. I didn't expect that. Now this one. Yeah. Well, I think you can see where this is about to go. I hope. All right, so these are just to those, so that ties in all of this. Now, is there anything else? This is tied in. Yeah, these are all just conveyors, and then these other ones up here are tied in that way. This one's tied in here. This one is tied in there. Yeah, so that gets all of them with at least a gravel road that's relatively straight out to the fire company, right? And then we need to get this attached somehow. And we need to get this one through here. It'd be nice to kind of come up this way, wouldn't it? Be a little bit quicker to the firehouse. But I don't, it's an awful big hill. Sometimes you'd be amazed at what you can get leveled. Yeah, let's just come back a little further. No. Yeah, then other times you're not so amazed. Yeah, there you go. See, the further away you start, the better. See, we're almost down to there. And then the other thing, the truth of the matter is if you then, let's get rid of a little bit of this. Yeah, and the other thing is, can we get through? It wouldn't. Well, this one's pretty directly attached, isn't it? It's really just this one that's, and that might fight me because yeah, it's not going to like that. Let's see, can we turn this a little bit more? Oh, come on, I had it. Yeah, see, sometimes it lets you, and if we can do this, which looks like we're there, right? I mean, that's goofy, but it's there. So, and then this would be, yeah, see, it might not like, I don't know, okay. I thought it might not like that we're so close to the end of that railroad track, and then this guy could probably come right here. Again, just, I don't think those the conveyors catch on fire, so I think we're, but either way, like, I'd like to get them attached for construction. Now this one, no, this one will go right there, right? So do we have all our, yeah, this conveyor's attached, this one. Yeah, so again, we got everything attached miraculously. I don't know if it's experience or luck, but all right, well, let's just keep moving on. So there we go. So we got all of this design. So we have a place to load up the coal that's coming out. And then what we need to do is probably think about, we're going to have the possibility of loading 4 trains. Do we want, so what this is another loading that would take coal out into the world. So the fact is would we want 2 unloading depots that would feed into this? Or do we just want the one? And I hate to build something where we can't do the 2. So let's see.
Yeah, that's a very short conveyor there. I don't think I would get. I know it's the other problem is you guys we can't see, right? So let's see. I want to get rid of this for a second. And can I lower? Yeah, I can lower a little bit. Right, if I can lower, I might actually. I don't know if it's going to do me that much good. Other than it will let us see this conveyor a bit better when it turns back to white. Now, can I get a railroad track under this? Yes. And yeah, the problem then is train aggregate unloading. Right, if we wanted it to feed into that, it's going to be awful tough to get. See what I'm trying to do here? Yeah, so it would be awful tough to get into this station. And I need to make this so that. So I think what I have to do is move that other stuff that's like this stuff, but let's just see how this real quickly works out. All right, so this train would come in and need to loop around and into here. Now, are you too sharp because the building's in the way? Yeah, let's start destroying some of this stuff. All right, even though we built that little bit of track there, I think I'm just making it, well, you know what, I'm not going to destroy that quite yet. Let's just, oops. Yeah, so let's go, do we have a train up in here? Yeah, is this the regular? Yeah, okay. So we need to be able to come around. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit too sharp. And then what I was trying to do, though, is get it so that this one would attach back into here, but see that, because like this is really not the right track at this point. So I might have to just redo all that fanciness that we just did, but like this needs to come down the hill, right, and swing into whatever we do here. So yeah, I'm thinking we just need to, oh, I know what we can do. Well, yeah, let me get rid of this, and I think I may do a little bit of leveling off camera and get it a bit worked out, just because otherwise it just takes forever. Yeah, then we'll get rid of this one. We'll just, we're going to start from a more logical place in a sense. And I think I can relatively safely do this. And this road's great that it comes down there, but yeah, so somehow we need to get into here, which means let's get rid of that. And I mean, kind of ideally we would do like this, right? So I wonder if these couldn't wrap around, and I'm trying to fit two in there. So let me pause it and work this out a little bit. You can see I have to do some leveling, and I don't know if you guys seen enough fiddling. All right, let me, and it's pretty steep there. If you look at that, that's a pretty drastic difference. So let me see if I can get two train stations in here, and I'll be right back. Well, I promise not to do too much. Okay, I think this might work out. I have two train unloading platforms, so they can come down this hill and hopefully and theoretically into here, though I'm not sure. And again, we kind of would probably want the ability for them to wait, right? Like thinking about it, this is them coming back. So we'd probably, and when I say the ability to wait, what I'd like to do is maybe, like this, and then this guy. So we have the one here, would have to come up here, so I didn't make this quite sloped enough. Yeah, can we... Right, like I don't know how many trains we'd ever have, but Looks like I probably would want to level a little more this way, which would be pretty tough because that other track's right there. So let's get rid of that again, and we'll try not to mess with that too much. We'll just kind of try to carefully lower some of this. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Even after all these hours of playing, it's still pretty hard to tell. But I think that would be pretty good. Now, I don't know exactly how long these trains will be, and do we need to go even further up the hill? But again, if we could get trains waiting at each one, that would be 8 trains. That sounds like an awful lot. All right, so let's see if that's enough. So we're going to come back to here. This will be the tightest turn, and we'll make that one go right on into there, right? And then, thank you. This one can come up here. With building in the way. I can live with building in the way. All right, and that's plenty long. And then this one, yeah, I kind of question if that one's long enough. Let's come here because I want to. Let's see if we can avoid getting rid of that rock, right? And then. Yeah, and that's plenty long enough. So what I'm thinking, let's just come around the turn a little bit more, and then we could do something like this, right? And I think with a signal here, yeah, we can get a signal in like right there and there, or even back here. That should be enough for a train to wait in each one of these. It might be a little tight on this one, but not maybe. Well, I think they'll wait, right? We could always make the train slightly shorter if we had to. So there we go. So now the next challenge is to redo all that fanciness we did down here. Yeah, let's not build that one so that we can level both of them out a bit. So the biggest question I have is, so this guy, it would be nice if they could all go to each other's thing, but do they really need to? Like once they get separated into unloading, yeah, there would be enough space to stage a train here, which would really be, more than 8 trains if you consider we'd have trains here loading up, trains here waiting. Yeah, so I kind of like that. So let's get rid of. So I think we won't have them be able to, like they'll either, whatever corresponding, it might kill our flexibility a little bit, right? But whatever corresponding track here, they would just go right on into one of the two, which, well, let's see how this works out. I'm not really liking the designed lack of flexibility, if you know what I mean. So let's get rid of that and all of this. All right, like in other words, do we put crisscross at that? You know what? I don't like that. Let's make that straighter. See what I'm saying? Like, it would be nice if they could kind of go any which way. I don't know. I don't think it matters. And the reason well, no, you know what? It doesn't matter because I don't think we're going to be able to load any faster than we unload. So they'll just unload at whichever one of these and then go from there. Right? Yeah. So in other words, yeah, let's just say, I guess I can always come back in here and try to make it a little bit better so that they can switch tracks if we ever needed to. Now, I'm afraid that this guy is not in the best place. So what I think we need now is, I would like to get anyway, is 2 large aggregate storages. And say this, it would probably be best, well, either whichever way I did it, like this one should probably be like here. And then I would put another one like down here. Or, it might be better to do it this way, right? Let's see, what do we got for hills? Yeah, so I think Unfortunately, we built a little bit too much extra track, but if you notice, I didn't electrify the very end in anticipation of this. So we're going to get rid of this building because it's confining us. And I think I'm just going to get rid of that track, which, yeah, I don't like to destroy things that I've built, but I don't want that to limit our thinking either. All right, and then we need a better name than whatever that is. All right, so now, I'm thinking, just to keep this train track a little bit shorter, we do need to get the roads down in here too, don't we? Yeah, let's just do that real quick so I have a little bit of picture. Attach. Yeah, you know what? We probably just, again, this is more for construction purposes. That would go right into that station. I need to get past that, don't I? I mean, I could come across and down here. Well, let's see where these things turn out. That kind of... Oh, I thought I saw... There we go. Yeah, let's just see. Will you... I mean, this would... That would work. It's getting kind of far away from our firehouse, but let's just see. Like I said, let's see what happens. And then the other thing is, I think I would like 2 storages. And if we did 2 storages, yeah, I'd probably... And then do we have 2 train stations or 1 coming into this area? Let's just see what this looks like. We'll just kind of hold this level over to the point where there shouldn't be too much leveling. This one could be a little bit cheated this way. Kind of make it straightish. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I think we have to come out to about here. Probably got a little bit extra just for the sake of... Got a little bit of rock right there. It's just not ideal. And again, like some of this, I know it's probably a bit overkill. Well, the whole thing is... the whole thing is a bit overkill, if I'm honest, but... There we go. So that's... Should be kind of reasonable to say, okay, this one... Yeah, if we went right up against here, it's going to be hard to get a road, but if we go a little bit further out, we could probably get a road underneath of that conveyor into here. All right, and I'll... Yeah, we can't really flip this one around. Just want to leave enough space we can get like conveyor mechanisms in between them. All right, we'll go back to this leveling tool. All right, I'm feeling like we're coming up on the end of the episode in the sense of doing a lot of leveling. And I'd like to, let me level this out a little bit more. And look, we're kind of getting further into here. We might have to even destroy more track. But I like the way it's working out overall, though we are getting awful far from that fire station. Let me just pause it for the sake of, I know we're not out of time yet, but I want to really get the 90% of this done in this episode. So I'll be right back. Okay, once again, I started working away around this way with the road. And got these in, and I got a conveyors from our unloading platforms. All right, so this one I needed to put an extra thing in just to make these railroad tracks. I could build the conveyor straight across, but then I put a pillar right here. So we got an extra conveyor here, which I didn't even try to connect that yet. But I think, yeah, that guy will go right out there. Might even level it down a bit. Right, so there we go. So that conveyor is connected. No conveyor here. Now, I don't think we need one. I think these positive pump out, right? Like, so we don't need it just to pump like we would here. So then what I'm thinking of here is, let's go back over to conveyors real quick. Well, let's put this train stations in first. Just so we can see. I think it might be easier to see that way. So we want loading stations. Always got to remember that. And I'm thinking we could get one, you know, like right here. Now we need to get roads into this, so I want to keep it a little bit further away. Right? And then this one I would want to keep out like this way. Right? So one would unload from one would load from the other. I guess that, again, it would be nice if they could both tie together. But I think we're making it too complicated at that point. So now, this would be, let's do this other one. This would be the track coming out here. Yeah, so you don't like that? No? Come on. I know you liked it when I went this way. Or did you? Let's go from a little further. You go green? No, but you'll okay, so it's right here. Well, we can. All right, so this would be the tracks coming back out. Now we'd want to parallel this a little bit just to be able to at least put a signal in there, and then the tracks here could come straight across. Yeah, let's get them to go to right there, and then you can dive into there, right? That gives us some signaling. Oops. And then we do. Well, this one, yeah, why don't we just do like this? All right, so that would be all the tracks going back out right hand. And we'll have to bust up this track a bit, but then you can see I didn't work out how they'll get in here, but they'll be coming in on the left-hand side. You know what, can I get you to, no, I don't really want you to parallel that. No, come on. Like right. Now let's delete this back a little bit more. Yeah, let's go to like there, and then just say, look, don't even. All right, so then it should. Well, actually, I probably want to stay out a little bit, don't I? Yeah, and I probably need to do something here, so a little bit more leveling action. Right. I didn't really think about that too clearly, obviously. It's getting to be quite steep, so maybe what we do, can I just, let's do a road. Let's just see, how far do I have to, why are you turning red like that? Because you just can't level that? But sometimes I think if you do, like just, I did building leveling there, so I think that's, if you did building leveling, that'll fight you a bit. So we'll just flatten this out somewhat using that tool. Because I don't care if it... Come on. Alright, if we do something like this... It's going to at least lift it up some. And theoretically, maybe even enough to get, you know. Building in the way. Okay, so let's just see. Can we come? Yeah, I saw green. Right, instead of doing that paralleling thing, maybe we can come this way somewhat. Let's see what we just made. Yeah, that might actually work. Yeah, we need to get that to go green, but you see what I'm getting at, right? So if we lift it up enough. All right, so let's see. If we lift up enough, it might auto too steep. There we go. See what I mean? Like we can get that to go up. Yeah, that would be the tighter turn. Let me not build that. Let's... So I want to make sure that's like plenty high. Yeah, I don't like the way that's coming out of there. Yeah, let's see how we're lifting all that up. There we go. I think we're getting there. Yeah, let's see. See, the problem is if I build the track right now, but what I think I can do is, that's the lower. Let's just see if we can't raise some more of this up. Like in the neighborhood of that without destroying that bit of leveling that we already did. But again, see, this is where this just, I don't know, I enjoy it. I know a lot of people talk about the leveling and all that, but yeah, so let's see. Now, can we take this guy? Yeah, I don't want to make them too, well, you know what? I think I know what I want to do. Let's take this guy and make him as tight as we can and yet straight at the end. And then, oops. And then let's take this guy. Yeah, see, this is what I wanted to do here, just so I know it's looks a little bit better. See, that should get right around. Oop, if I don't do that little goofy thing it does. All right, just so it doesn't look like it's on a knife's edge. As a matter of fact, I think I'll even, yeah, just do that. Take that right up to the center here. Do we really need to? Well, this is going to be the trains coming in, so yes, I would tend to like to, and then what I need to do is get these coming in, right? So I'd like to be able to stage some trains, not too many, and I think that'll give us plenty of room right there. Now, can we get, let's see, now that we have that, we might be able to just sort of level around a bit. Be able to get another track. All right. Now, how far before they join together? I guess it's, we could always expand it, so I don't know that it's really necessary to do too much more there, but I think I would like this part to be a bit more level. All right, so let's see, can we, I'd like you to curve a bit more. Yeah. I guess that's pretty good. Yeah, there's a bit of a straight section here, but I don't know if it's gonna, yeah, you know what, I think that's, it's a little bit tight. Let's, yeah, see, if I don't pull them back in by there, then I need to level out this whole thing. And then this would be pretty tough if I don't. So, all right, let me pause it again because we're about to go over the normal hour. And like I said, the last little bit will just be attaching this and these conveyors. But let me get these trains in here. I think you see where this is going. And I will be right back in a second. Okay, how does that look? So what I did was I building leveled out here a little bit. Let's just go and just hit it with this and make it look a little bit less like a mega cliff. I mean, it's still a cliff, but there we go. So let's get rid of, now that I look at it, this little bit. And I also went around and tried to get rid of some of the extra nodes. See, like you leave little nodes like that. So I think you guys have seen me do that enough times. And I think we got rid of the majority of them. So now the big $1 million, oh, I had to kind of created a few more right here because it wouldn't let me attach this road. So, and I thought about that before I came back. So there we go. So now the $1 million question is, can we get the conveyors in here? Maybe not $1 million question, but the big question. Yeah, and I think we're going to have like 2 of these. Yeah, can I turn that? Good, like the road will be able to get out on this one. I can't really see, yeah, that might be possible. Yeah, and the road could probably come down this way on this one. Oh, no, wait, this one needs to come out here. Okay, so this road is sort of a problem where I had it right there. But that's, so I was just thinking of how do I get a road in from here, and I just leveled that out a little bit and accidentally built the road. Let's just get rid of it. And then let's just see if these conveyors will hook up. Yes. Yes. Very good. Excellent. As a matter of fact, that's the one I was the most worried about. And I actually thought, boy, it's kind of good that I'm moving that rail a little bit away, because I thought there might be a post. They usually put a post. I'm not sure exactly how it calculates where they are, but yeah, that's kind of perfect. And then now what we need to do is get well, we can go right up that hill, right? Yeah, let's see how we can get this road. Well, this needs to be deleted, unfortunately. Oops, let's go to... Right, these tracks, at least back to here, are kind of a waste, unfortunately. But then that means this can get up there no problem. Yeah, we'll come out a little bit, and then we'll... Oh, too steep. Let's just do the lowering thing. See, sometimes all it takes is a little bit of lowering, and then... Okay, so now that conveyor, I could probably, let's get rid of, I want to take my chances and use the demolish tool. Yeah, see. All right, and then will you? There we go. Some other infrastructure's in the way, but again, let's get the lower tool out here. I might have to destroy that road a bit and put it back in. All right, let's see. Can we come off of here? Yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. And then let's put this conveyor back in. Yeah, I don't know. Can we get under? Let's just see. I don't know that we... Yeah, we can get right under here. No, you don't like that. All right, and then, you know, if we did come up here, we can get this guy attached. Don't really need those looping around. And then this one, yep, it's a little steep looking, but it got up there. Yeah, so that's our railroads attached. That's, you know, our coal ore coming off of our two, right? We got that right. And these are unloading. Yep, unloading. I like to do that once in a while, build a loading instead of an unloading. So there's two more loadings right here. So there we go. I think, boy, what a complex that is. Let's turn off the wireframe for a second. I'm kind of proud of this. This is woo, right? So I think, oh, you know what? One last thing. Oh, you know what? Well, we're going to come back in another episode. Let's take this. I think might as well come right off of there, right? I think that'll be fine. We can delete this and this. So when we come back in the next episode, we'll talk about what other little improvements, but I'd like to get time playing again, and you know, we got to get electricity. And I think when we do the electricity over here, I think I want to really start thinking about our power layout and how we're going to use these for, because I think we're going to run quite a few lines over around this way, like to get the power out of here. And I'd like to do it a little bit different, like some really long runs of lines that get way over into here. So there you go. As always, let me know if you have any comments about this. I'm not going to call it a monstrosity. This beautiful giant coal ore processing, prioritize to the power plant's coal, and then drop it off and put it on the line. And so let me know what you guys think. Well, thank you for watching. We're kind of out of time, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.